Hi everybody, welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, that's Jack.
Yeah, how much say today?
All about the sandwich, he's too full. So, finishing our tribute to the sandwich with our mini-sodes this week, we're going to try kind of a Texas fusion on a 1930s favorite from Philadelphia. We're going to try a Philadelphia cheesesteak. When you cook Mexican food over here and use a fusion, it's called Tex-Mex. I don't know what you call it, like Yankee Tex or something, but let's go ahead and get into it. So you're going to want your meat, get it as thin as possible. If you can get it sliced somewhere, that's fine. We lucked out and got this, was round for like $4. Now you're going to get some cheese, provolone.
Preferably provolone.
This is how the Yankees do it. You want your hoagie roll or your long bread, whatever. This is what we get. And then onion, we use a white one. You can use any kind, unless you want it sweeter. And then the bell peppers, you want to cut them into very small pieces. And because it's Texas, we have
jalapeno.
We don't use kind of a stay.
It's trying to run away.
Stay. Now let's go. All right, so onion, you don't want a whole lot of this.
Yeah.
And this first part here, we did enough for 2 sandwiches. And usually this is cut first, then you cook the meat, and you kind of mix the vegetables into the last minute. But we just went ahead and cooked the vegetables for both of them and put the first one that's in the strips.
Yeah.
So you want these cut down as small as possible because you don't want big strips of that stuff. You want it to kind of mix in with your meat so you get all the flavors at once. All right?
Smaller bites.
Always.
You can probably mince it if you want.
You could. Just get you a grater, just grate the hell out of
Yeah.
it. Now get this, you're going to put it up at about medium high, right? Because you want it relatively warm. And you throw some butter. Hurry up. Melt, stupid butter.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. Can't stand here all day. Yeah. So once it starts to melt, slide it around a little bit, get a nice coat
Try
on
to
there.
spell your full name.
If you got 2 letters in your name, it's relatively easy. Then put all your vegetables in there. Onion and everything, even the stuff that missed.
Yeah, you can't let it get away.
You can get you a wooden spatula or whatever, kind of knock it around, let it get that oil all over everything, let it cook down. Not to the point where it's like caramelizing, turning brown.
Yeah.
But you want to cook down. Now, this is not the traditional way, but our steak isn't thin enough to be used to the other stuff, and we don't have those big spatulas they use to beat the hell out of them. So this first one, we're just showing you where you can take it, just cut it into long strips where it'll work the same.
Yeah.
Right? And you take it, usually it's like a ribeye steak that's usually pretty thin, and you take those 2 spatulas, just beat the hell out of it, and it spreads it all out, makes it thin. But this makes it where it doesn't pull all the meat out when you grab a mouthful of it. So we cut it in these long strips. Mind your fingers, be very careful. Don't make any references about it looking like tapeworms.
Oh, God. There you go. You did it. It gets worse. It gets way worse later.
So get these, make it start, they're cooking down, right? So, like I said, we pulled out about half of these and kept them for the other ones.
Yeah.
So once you start getting them where they're nice and mushy, throw your meat right in there on top of them, but make sure that the meat hits the metal, right? Push that down, get it in there, let it push, and start browning that. Now, if you're going to put any seasoning on it, this would be the time to add it right before it starts cooking. We don't even really salt it very often.
Yeah.
Not very much. Some people say to do it at the last. Now, this one, like I said, we don't have the spatulas to mash it and make it flat, so we're just going to put some thin slices in here, not all the way through. And just cut it all the way down here. Try to put as many as you can. It'll kind of make it thinner and kind of spread out.
Try to tenderize it, right?
Not the perfect way to do it. Just make it thinner without actually turning it sideways and slicing it. So I just put extra cuts in here, just way where it'll be able to spread out, and get kind of stringy, and get that lucient feeling to it, right?
So you can shred it by hand later on.
Right. So you get into this, your meat's starting to get less pink. As soon as it's not pink anymore, pull it off. You're done.
Yeah.
But you got to make sure it gets pink.
it.
Right. So, and you don't want to lose all the juice and stuff. You can see here we pulled out most of the stuff we're not using.
Yeah, a lot of the
onions and
vegetables are now
peppers,
off to the side.
So we put it over there for the other one. And, you can increase the amount we're putting in there if you're doing a whole bunch more. This is just for 2 different sandwiches we did for the video. Well, now that pink and that red's gone, I'm just getting in there and making sure it's all pushed down, make sure it's all cooked. Now, lay it out, put it in this little line here and get your provolone, right? Or salt it if you want.
Yeah, sea salt.
I'm not a fan of it, so I always kind of skip that part, so I forget we did that. But then once you get it laid out, then you get your provolone stuff. You only put 2 on this one, make it short. And just, it doesn't matter if it overlaps a little bit, just let it sit. Now, it takes what? Like
this was a
30, 40 seconds, something like that. It'll start melting down. You don't want it where it's touching the plate. I've seen people where they flip it, put the cheese right on the middle, and I don't have those long spatulas to scrap that off.
Don't do that.
So we just took the longest one we had and just kind of pushed it off onto the bread.
Yeah, whenever I see people put cheese straight on the metal, it's like, no, don't. You're making it hard.
I don't mind like a toasted cheese, but it's really hard to do in a skillet when you got all this other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So you got that done. Woo, catch fire. Careful.
Don't put your mitt in the flames. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, just pull that flaming thing off and threw it over there.
Don't forget a plate. Might need one of those.
There you go. No, there's a lot of juice to it and a lot of stuff that'll fall off. Now the second one, we added the jalapeno to this one, so we put it back in to cook a little longer and let that get in there. So went ahead and pulled those out. And this is how you're supposed to do it. You start with the meat and then add the vegetables to it later. So I don't have the big spatula, so I just took the one metal one I had and just beat
it.
Pass out of this thing. I took this knife, excuse the noises, and then it was cutting and then that poor tip.
Terrible.
But it just cut it to make it where it fits the meat. Went ahead and split it while I was in here. I didn't think about it until I had it in there. And these, because there's less sides to it, or it cooks a lot faster.
Much easier to cook.
I just took it and I mashed it for all I could with that.
Yeah, you really
yeah.
abused it.
Yeah. And then it just wasn't coming apart the way I wanted it to, so I just grabbed it and kind of
shred the meat by hand,
it apart. Yeah. It looks the same. It tastes the same, but it doesn't cook the same. It's a little more work than the other guys put it because they know what they're doing.
Sure.
So we mixed the vegetables in here, kind of put them in there, lined it all up. You can salt it here if you want. You can put any other kind of seasoning stuff if you're into that kind of stuff. I put jerk seasoning on one that was really good. Put the cheese, put the hoodoo on it, and let it melt. Once it melts, roll it over on the bread. Now, I did screw up when I went to put it on the bread.
Yeah, you're about to see.
I took it and I put it on the top piece of the bread.
No.
So it's not near as photogenic. But as my father used to say, it always ends up in the same place.
It gets worse. Just wait a couple seconds. Oh no, the juice is escaping.
Well, that's what the juice gets.
I was dying inside when I was looking at this.
Are you saying you don't want the juice to be free?
No, the juice is not supposed to be free.
You got to eat it, right?
So yeah, that looks amazing.
So these were outstanding. We did one with some jerk seasoning on it. I think that's what that one is there. And they were really good, even without the jerk seasoning. Just salt, pepper, whatever, and it's cheap. And there you have it. Super simple, cheap, easy way to make a Philly cheesesteak. So try that out. If you try it, you can do it differently. Let us know down in the comments, man. Maybe we'll try it and do it that way next time. Be sure to like, share, subscribe before you leave. We very much appreciate it if you can share this. We're also doing our cast iron giveaway still, so just share one of these videos that have the hashtags of the Texas cast iron giveaway, and be sure to be a subscriber, and we'll put you in the running for that cast iron that's in the shape of Texas. It's outstanding. Can't get it out of the state without being super expensive. If not, we'll see you on YouTube at Tuesdays and Fridays at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen there. See you on Instagram at Living Between, or on Facebook at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen there, or on Patreon. You can find us there. We're also listed over on Pinterest. You can find us at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen there. And we'll see you next time.